So my brain isn't working that well anymore.
Okay.
At this time, the hour for sure. So first you want me to tell you about my name?
Yeah.
My name is Ruth Karplus Rogers Altmann mit zwei N's. And I live at 71 Park Avenue, apartment 6B. That's in Murray Hill, Manhattan, between 38th and 39th Street. And it's very convenient to get around with a bus, since I don't take the subway.
Mm.
I never did like the subway to go down under the streets of New York.
And you are now living in New York, but you like the mountains.
Yeah, I love the mountains, so especially when there's snow on it. And so I start skiing at Thanksgiving, and I usually go to Alta, Utah, where I've become honorary citizen because I have been showing my paintings there, and I've been lecturing children about art and skiing and the connection to the love of nature around them, and for them to paint it as well as to ski in it.
And you are skiing for a very long time.
Well, I ski since I was a small child. As soon as I could hardly walk already, I was put on skis, and I enjoyed skiing ever since then. And especially, I used to ski with one pole, which was the star ski technique, and at that point one was leaning into the mountain and made the turn by using a large bamboo pole from one side of the mountain to the other side of the mountain. That made the turn very, very, very simple. When we were on a small roads like in the mountains, one would just take the pole between one's legs and sat on it to make it a brake, and that worked excellently. So my parents, especially my father, they started with Starsky, and they were teaching actually the peasants in the mountains, because in Austria the mountains are with people living all the way up to the top of the different areas, and they were teaching them to be able to get from one place to another with skis, so that it was really something essential. Before that, they were using snowshoes mainly, and only afterwards it developed as a sport that people used it also for recreation and ski races and general enjoyment to go in groups. And my father would teach at the Alpen Ski Verein. It was a voluntary pursuit, and we children had to teach immediately too, and the other children. So when I was already a young child of 5 or so, I was teaching other children, and we would ski together. That was very enjoyable. And then the discipline was much stricter at that point, also in the sport. So with other words, if my father led the group, nobody was to pass him, or nobody, and I would be behind him, nobody was allowed to pass me to go faster, because that was not safe. So you had to ski one behind the other in order to establish and adhere to safety. I had my next brother, who was only 2.5 years older than I was. He was more of a rebel and would ski fast, and then he would get into trouble and crash into the trees, because he would see my father and didn't dare pass him. So that was part of our enjoyment.